to show their wares and get opportunities to play against high quality opposition. Now first look at the First Nations Gems. 1-3, drawn 1, lost 2 when they were here last year. Some impressive showings as well. So second game in Group B underway. First Nations Gems in all red. Aotearoa in the grey. It was all harmonious pre-game. Expect it to be physical and combative now. We're underway. So turn it inboard to Makatui. Put down in a strong tackle. 2 over the top and a little slow to get up and play it. Certainly feeling in this one. Like to see those scenes post-game. That's what tournaments like this do. Bring cultures together and presents opportunities for Aotearoa. Submit it into dummy half. I just want a clean start to this one. Smorkel, get a bit expansive. Put it through the hands. Lynch Brown has it. Fighting her way. 40 out from the line. Last tackle. Martini sends it high in the air. Test for the First Nations Gems. It's allowed to bounce. I'll get away with it for now as Jasmine Morrissey runs it back. So, tick for that start. Aotearoa. I would have seen pretty clinical Queensland Ruby's side. Favourites in Pool B, but both sides will want to start this one with a win. A scoot out of dummy half from Todd Hunter. Largely error-free opening in the first sets for both. Can they finish it here? Sent high. Tamika Bull. Put each other's road for a moment there. New Zealand side as they look to promote the footy. They've already shown in their first set they don't mind chancing their arm. Gems defence though aiming up. Got Todd Hunter the second time. Samita fights her way to halfway. Goes Salih, turns it inside. And Allen will play it. Pretty composed start by Aotearoa, a side where these players have come from the secondary school system, the Rise Rookie program, presenting opportunities to come over to the Gold Coast and compete, and they're showing some good signs early. They'll die with it here, but it's another mistake-free set, and no real signs of those nerves that we saw in some of our earlier games. I feel this one's going to be a real arm wrestle. Davies to play it. This is our fourth game of 6 today. They have flown by already on day one. Seen some heart stoppers as well. One was after the siren. Nice feet from Coolwell. Tried to promote it. Bull had to go back and pick it up, so eventually brought down. 30 out from the line. First point so crucial in these games. Just 20-minute halves. You need to get off to a good start. Saw New South Wales Country do the opposite of that. Forever chasing their tail in their game. The Gems line it out to the right. Hinch shows it. Now promotes it in to Duckett. Cries of a forward pass. Bailey Davies eventually brought down. No, they'll die with it on the last as well. So last tackle options betraying both early, but handing over possession far away from the try line. Physical defence from both parties, though. Certainly up for this one. Amani Shepherd will play it. Summer Van Gelder, so talked about. As I say that, they turn it over. They may pay a high price here. Tamika ball pulled down. It was Van Gelder who had to get back in cover. The ruling is a knock-on. Knock-on by the Gems. So possession's going to go to Aotearoa, and loose ball pounced on from Bull. And if it was not for that tackle of Summer Van Gelder, and it would have been the opening try to Jasmine Morrissey, but she was ruled to have knocked on as well. So all happening. First 5.5 minutes of this one. Second game in Pool B, our fourth of the day. We go through the players to watch in this tournament. Summer Van Gelder was the name that stood out for Aotearoa, the fullback, captaining this side as well. Part of the Warriors development system. Gonna have to fight out of their own end again. Playing expansive style, but don't want to make another mistake. Have they? They have. For the second straight time. They've turned possession back inside the 20-metre line. They wanted to go wide early. It's Morrissey who makes immediate amends for her error. There's a hand in the play of the ball, but getting up a little too quickly to try to play it, and possession turns back to the Gems. Hinch will feed it. May not get a better chance to register first points here as Madigan still promotes the footy. Got them stretched to the left. Catch and pass. They should score here. The Gems still fighting for the try line. They'll get there. She did it on her own. Coolwell in the end. Had support to her outside. She says, I'll do it myself. Slams it down. And the First Nations Gems have the first points in this one. And Aotearoa pay the price for their mistakes. Haven't we seen some impressive work close to the line? Keisha Lee Coolwell did have them stretched. Douglas outside of her, but didn't need it. Did it all herself. Impressive finish and an impressive first try to the Gems. Chance to turn 4 points into 6. Difficult conversion attempt. No real breeze to speak of. Those two back-to-back errors. Just giving possession to the Gems. Close to the line. They'll make you pay. It is waved away, the conversion attempt, so remains just 4 points to 0. Let's have a look at that work of Coolwell once again. Kate Madigan as well. Saw that they had them stretched out wide, had the numbers, kept it alive, and then Coolwell palms off a couple, powers through the contact. Fair start to her tournament. So underway again. Gems will play from in front. Mentioned they had a mixed tournament last time out. Flirting with the sideline here. That's not what you want to do off the kickoff. Monet it was. Just flirting with the sideline. A little ill-directed, had a player in a road as well. Good strong tackle from Kyla Lynch-Brown as well. Couldn't get the ball back in play. Does present a chance here to Mahika Aotearoa. Certainly muscling up. I mentioned the cultural exchange we saw before this game. Very harmonious. As soon as we kicked it off. They've been laying in some tough defence here. Searching for first points for them though. Van Gelder joins the attacking line. Hard to stop. She flirts with the sideline. Does well to stay in. Did that boot go out? Was it after she was held? That's what some of Van Gelder's saying. Right result in the end. I'll say the tackle was complete before her boot was taken out. So still there for the New Zealand side. Martini. Have them out to the right if they want to put it through the hands. Samita may look to go herself. She does. Dummies once, twice. Thought she might get the arm out herself. Does keep it alive. Good defence from the Gems. Scrambling well. Crossfield kick. Comes the way of Martini. Swirling around, but too much on that. Last tackle option comes to nothing, and full marks to the First Nations Gems. Another defensive test passed, and certainly aiming up. Bailey Davies takes it back. Another good charge. And Kate Madigan, impressed with her work so far for the Gems. Strong contact again as they fight 40 out from the line. Dummy half work of Todd Hunter's been good as well. It's got them on the march on the front foot. Here she is, skipping past some tired defenders. Search of the 30-metre line. New Sentency at the moment. Morrissey had to scramble. Eventually tackled on that 30-metre line on the last. Look to Bull to put some finesse on the end of this set. Hinch though. Is that going to stay in? It almost set up perfectly for Davies. Not a bad result though from the Gems. Keeps the pressure on. Mahika Aotearoa has to fight out from their own end once again. Two games remaining here on day one to follow. Northern Territory and the ADF. South Australia and Victoria, both Pool C games. This one you're watching, the final game in Pool B. For day one, earlier saw the Rubies and New South Wales Country. The Rubies 14-0 winners in that. Sure you're enjoying it wherever you're tuning in around the world on NRL.com. Samita tackled. Has impressed so far from what we've seen. Entertaining opening to this. Evenly poised for now. Morrissey has to scamper back and do the tidying up. He played it at fair intensity too, this one. Back five, just easing the burden on their forwards. Davies plays it. Penalty coming. Slow to get off. It's going to just alleviate things a little bit for the Gems. Like what I've seen from Tanika Todd Hunter today, the number 9 for the Gems. Halves as well, really controlling the game. Here is Todd Hunter I spoke of. Loves to run from dummy half and almost getting free. Just had her heel clipped. Eventually brought down, 40 out. Important period here for Aotearoa. Haven't had a lot of footy close to the line. They don't want to concede points. Is that a knock on? It's going to be a penalty. Final 5 minutes of this first half. 20-minute halves we play. The NRL Women's Championship. Straight through they go though, the Gems. Casey, oh, she's going to do it herself. Too easy. Fractures the defensive line. And the Gems help themselves to a second. And Reese Casey just strolled through. Looked around almost in disbelief. Found herself in the clear. Under the black dot she goes. 8 points to 0. First Nations Gems on top. You see the replay. They just didn't clock on from the restart. Aotearoa swats off the first tackler. Summer Van Gelder didn't offer the resistance needed. And a second try to the Gems. Big chance to turn that into a 10-0 lead. Bailey Davies able to convert the first try from Coolwell. Easy attempt this occasion. Looking to turn 8 into 10. Does exactly that. 3 minutes remain until halftime in this one. Let's look at the try again. One for the trophy room for Reese Casey. His footwork at the defensive line, just footing the opposition, and then all smiles for now for the Gems. Still a long way to go. And they found themselves in good field position. They've come back with points. Need a better start from their last kick-off return. Coach Jessica Skinner will be very pleased with what she's seen, and like what I've seen from that core. Hooker and Todd Hunter in the halves, both Hinch and Bull. Just controlled things nicely. Short kick here, may yet pay dividends. In fact, just calmly falling to Maria Sampson. Just under 2 minutes to find their first points. New Zealand side as Van Gelder just short of the 40-metre line. And this is the conundrum you have when you do fall behind. You're always coming out of your own end. You don't get opportunities in this part of the field. Davies, good one-on-one tackle. Helped out by Hinch. A little slow to play the ball. Gems defensive line. Solid for now. Aotearoa will send it to the left. Martini cuts out a couple. Nice ball. Lovely bit of work. It should be a try for them. Finished off well by Kyla Lynch-Brown. They have a result, but credit that to the work of Renisi Martini. Her creativity found some space on the edges to Lynch-Brown. And I said, Gems were doing the work. Line was intact, but the work of Martini. Let's look at the replay. 5'8" just takes it to the line. Knew she had numbers out there. Sampson, credit the work of her as well. Just stood up a couple. Gave some room to Lynch Brown on her outside, and this game suddenly turns. Gems would have loved 10-0 at the break, but all of a sudden, Aotearoa are back. It's going to be Tamara Ruaporo. Difficult conversion attempt. More or less the sideline. Makes a pretty good connection, but just can't get it to come back in line, and that is half-time. Our second game in Pool B. And some confidence building for Aotearoa. 2 tries to 1. First Nations Gems went back-to-back, and then right on half-time, Lynch Brown answers. So a big second 20 to come. Half-time in this one. First Nations Gems 10, Aotearoa 4. About to get underway for the second half in this one. Aotearoa and the First Nations Gems. Gems, first 2 tries in this one, but a try, stroke of half time to Kyla Lynch Brown. Up the lead to 6 points. This is our 4th of 6 games today. Northern Territory and the ADF to follow. South Australia and Victoria to bring the curtain down on day 1. So back underway. This one hanging in the balance, and a bit of fortune perhaps off the kickoff. They can stay in play. Perhaps a loose ball as well. Touch is right there. She's going to say a knock on. So one they got away with there, the First Nations Gems. Just having a look at the replay. Came out in the contact there, so off the hook, First Nations Gems. Physical first half. Our second game in Pool B. In the earlier game it was 14 points to 0. Racing away is Morrissey again. Brought down, trying to slow down the play of the ball. Morrissey's impressed for the Gems. She's a little proppy though on that ankle. She just falls behind the attack line. Dummy and through is Madigan. No support, she may not need them. Eventually brought down. Aotearoa all at sea defensively. Is there points coming for the Gems? Oh, you bet there is. Tamika Bull finishes it off, and they were backpedaling that whole set. The number 7 has the try, but before that it was Jasmine Morrissey and Kate Madigan straight through. Aotearoa for all their work to fight back just before the break. Gems have their 3rd try. Here you see it. Kate Madigan it was, just sold the big dummy. Had no support. Said, I'll take on the fullback. Tried to slow it down as best they could, but Tamika Bull just summed up the situation. Throws the dummy. Not going to stop that close to the line. And a 3rd try. Keep eyes on Jasmine Morrissey. Bit proppy on that ankle. So Tiana West takes the goal kicking duties off Bailey Davies. Is to take it to a 12-point lead. Bad connection, but always staying to the left. So waved away. It remains 14 points to 4, and another chance to look at the try. And Katie Madigan, a real shining light for the Gems. Eventually, they pulled her down. Tamika Bull, really liked her combination. Tanika Todd Hunter. in that first half. Just steered them nicely around the field. Helps herself to a try. Aotearoa get us underway again. Ball the try scorer gets in the road. He and Coolwell. Communication. Just these restarts after tries. It's proving a problem. Not for the first time today. Sloppy play the ball. Waved away though. Raporo surging forward. Suddenly they're 5 out from the line. Penalty helps the cause. Does Raporo go herself. Throws the dummy. Does exactly that. Centimetres shy of the try line. End-to-end stuff this one. Strong defence again from the Gems. Smith, her away. Has to retreat. 5 out. Queued up to the left. They go in that direction. 4 on 2. Good one-on-one tackle though. Weatherall it was. Still promoting the footy. Van Gelder queuing up here. Sampson brought down. 3 out from the line. Gems holding on for now. Scrambling defence, doing the job. Mighty going on her own. Samita it is. Markers. A little sloppy to get across. Not the first time this game. She's found some real estate out of dummy half. This time it's a valuable one. Their second try. And the number 9, Monica Samita, cuts the lead. 14 points to 8. Important conversion here. Cut. Lead to just 4. Raporo. Waved away, so the lead remains 6 in the Gems. Defensive line was holding in. Let's look at the markers, just interested in those to the right. Raporo was there. Nice dummy from Samita. She helps herself to a try. Saw an absolute thriller in our second game. Just have the sense this one is going to go right down to the wire as well. Strap yourselves in. 13 minutes remaining. Plenty of time for some twists and turns to come. Destiny Mexted. Monstered back, but had the presence of mind to get the arm out, get the ball away, and now Aotearoa suddenly out over the 40. Sage Smallcott to play it. See the confidence they have now with that try. They know they're a little bit closer. Momentum on their side for now. Martini. The Gems just starting to feel the pinch. Having to do a bit more defensive work. Raporo wants it. Martini though does the kicking cross field. Didn't get the greatest purchase on it, but it's worked out well anyway. Chance to do it again here. Last tackle. Just needs a clean end to the set. Again, it's Raporo who just rolls it in behind. Picked up by Davies. Some tired players getting back behind the footy. We need the back five to come in and help out the forwards. Quite rolling forward as they were in that first 20-minute period. Slow play the ball. Martin Savage in a dummy half. Tense stuff in this one. You want to get your tournament started with a victory. Inch brought down. To the air they go. Allowed to bounce again from Aotearoa. Eventually just sits up nicely for Summer Van Gelder. We've spoken about her before the tournament. Listed as one of the players to watch. Haven't really seen her with the footy in hand. And Gems play down in back play. Pleasing period for Aotearoa. Samita. See the urgency she provides and sets them up nicely as I say that. Just knocked it on. They turn possession back. Not what they needed. 10 minutes remaining. Don't need to chase the game. Those mistakes can come back to bite. Sure enjoying it though, wherever you're tuning in for this on NRL.com. The NRL Women's Championship. Day one action, this is our fourth game. Proceedings have raced by, and haven't we seen some quality rugby league so far. Short side play from the base of the scrum, Coolwell. Sure she can finish. Down a short side in that first half, and nice work too from her winger in Douglas. Suddenly it's Aotearoa who will slow to retreat. Bull promotes it. Now Ingram. Strong charge from her, the Canberra Raiders NRLW player. Huge moment here for the Gems. If they can find a try. I'll say it's a knock on. Who's going to get possession? I think the Gems might retain it. Have to see on the replay. Gems will have the footy back, so on the ropes, and danger not over just yet for the New Zealand side. In fact, it's going to be Aotearoa who have possession. So delicately poised. They need to be mistake-free here. They don't mind chance of their arm. Summer Van Gelder, not from the textbook, but had the right result. She's the captain, going on a scoot out of dummy half. This one in the balance. Well and truly. You missed the earlier game. Had a game decided after the siren between New South Wales Emerging Country and Western Australia. Be destined for similar things here. Samita out of dummy half. Bit of a juggle. Strong defence again though. Gems really aiming up today. Lack of cohesion here. It's the last tackle, so want to get a kick in. Ref reminds them of that too, which helped the cause. Martini eventually got a boot to it. Douglas running it back. Fractured defensive line. Scattered all of a sudden. And a penalty as well. So not only does it take some seconds off the clock for the Gems, but they'll have a full set, 40 out. Duckett takes the first. Olivia Ingram starting to have an impact on this one. Madigan there as well. Can they survive again? Resistance has been there for Aotearoa. Does it run out here? Hinch thought she might keep it for herself. Promotes the footy. Still there for the Gems. Monet it is. Eventually brought down. Centimetres shy of the try line. Is that an obstruction? We play on. Last tackle here. Huge finish to this set. Tamika Bull, already a try scorer. Was that played at? Still the last they say. It may result in a try anyway. Davies eventually brought down. And they do survive. There's 5.5 minutes. They trail by 6. It's another set they start in this end of the field. Can't fault their commitment though. Seen them scramble. 3 sets now. Gems could have put them away, you felt, with a try there. Remains in the balance. Martini into dummy half. The leader for Aotearoa today. So to Samita. Well, they need to get expansive, but they don't want to turn it over at the same time. Offload starting to come in, second phase. Last tackle now. Martini's normally the last tackle option. They might get caught with it on the last. They will, in fact. Summer Van Gelder just caught in 2 minds. I'll hand a full set again. 30 out. Can the Gems manage this to either find another try or force them out, start another set out of their own end? Been a familiar story, and Ingram starting to rack up the touches as well. 100 into dummy half. Stretched here on the left, but Madigan keeps it. Does promote it now to Bull. Numbers here. Can they finish? Douglas just holding on. Aotearoa. There's a knock on at the scrum base. He's right there for them. I think Coolwell's knocked it on. Well, that would have killed the contest. You feel a try there from Coolwell. Just that composure. The game in the balance. We'll take something special to rescue it for Aotearoa. 3 minutes to do that. Got numbers as well. They showed in the first half they don't mind throwing the ball around. Try line's a long way away though from here. Sampson plays it. Both sides, you can't fault their effort physically today. Saw that cultural exchange pre-game, very harmonious, but as soon as we got started, both were laying some big tackles on each other, and it continues. Is that a one-on-one still perhaps? No. What do they have up the sleeve as we tick to the final 2 minutes of this contest? In the balance, no surprise. Again, it's Martini doing the kicking. Comfortably taken by Douglas. Just want to be clean here. They don't want to hand possession back. Gems have done a good job with their interchange as well. Getting Todd Hunter back on. Ingram more involved in this second half. 90 seconds to hold on to this one. It's Tiana West doing the kicking and turn them around. There's a foot race on too, led by their halfback in Bull. They do tidy it up, and a strong tackle. Is that going to be a dropout? It's actually going to be a penalty. They were inside the 10. Destiny Mexted there. Leading the chase was Tamika Bull, but they were in front. It's yet another set. Starting from a long, long way from where they need to be. Inside the final minute of this one. They have been brave. Aotearoa. It's a development opportunity for their New Zealand players, all out of the New Zealand secondary system. You're learning a lot throughout this tournament. They're not out of it though. Time ticking away, but they'll have a couple of tackles to try and go the length and win this one. Is there something special up the sleeve? Last tackle, last roll of the dice. Martini puts it through the hands. Gems in back play. Is there a try coming? It would be something special. Needs some support. It's forthcoming as well. They may fall just short. They do, in fact. Aotearoa. Maria Sampson was looking everywhere for a support player. Eventually found Kyla Lynch-Brown, but fortunately for the Gems, they just hold on in another epic here on day one. First look at the New Zealand side. They can certainly hold their heads high. 2 second half tries to them. First Samita and Lynch-Brown. Coolwell Casey and Tamika Bull as well. The difference, slender 6-point win. Impressive by the Gems. Full time. First Nations Gems 14. Aotearoa 8.